We're continuing our trip at Northern Lights Lodge, and so far it has been amazing. We fished some remote Stillwater lakes with incredible numbers of feisty trout. The trip so far has exceeded all of my expectations, and I can't wait for what lies ahead. Joining us on this trip, bringing his Stillwater expertise, is Trevor Tazarchuk. He is a chironomid fanatic known for catching huge fish. The plan today is to load up the trucks and drive a couple hours through back roads to a legendary remote lake known for holding the iconic Horsefly Strain Trout, as well as some other species. Our guide Curtis has really been hyping up this lake, and I'm eager to get out there. The ride in was a crazy adventure, traveling along some narrow roads, navigating deep pools of water, and dodging wildlife. But once we arrived at the lake, it was game faces on as we prepared to hit the water. We're getting absolutely swarmed by mosquitoes right now. It's nuts. Curtis was talking about this lake here. It's very unique in a sense that, like a lot of lakes that Northern Lights Lodge fish out of, is dry fly fishing out of a pontoon boat. And he's saying there's a chance here to get fish up to 30 inches on the surface taking dry flies in the pontoon boat. So, I mean, that's super exciting. So hopefully we get the fish to cooperate today and we get into some nice fish and we have a fun day. That's if we can make it out there before we pass out from blood loss here with all these mosquitoes. So I'm rigged up. We got an arsenal, if you will. I got the dry fly, right? Yep. I have an indicator rod set up and also got a sinking line. Yep. So, you know, got to be versatile.
So this lake is pretty remote. One of our favorite ones to come to. There's a fair amount of marl shoals, you know, kind of all around the edges of it, surrounded by floating marsh behind that. So gives a lot of habitat for the trout to hide. And it also excellent insect habitat. So you get your...
if you can't tell.
Yeah, you get your traveling sedge, which is the big one that makes these fish, you know, they're eager for dries a lot of the time in June.
Nice.
And late May. And then, you know, we're kind of at the cusp of where the damsels and the dragonflies, they're gonna start popping. So we get those big olive damsels and the blue dragons.
Yeah.
So, you know, sinking lines, we're running gobfish nymphs, and boobies, chironomids.
So there's a lot happening here.
You name a bug, it's on this lake.
Horsefly strain. There's some Pennask in here, some Fraser Valleys as well.
Pennask, horsefly, and blackwater.
Okay, and blackwaters. Yep. And fishing here, knowing to get up to high 20s, maybe into the 30s.
You can hit 30.
Which is a huge fish. We were talking double digits.
On dry flies.
On dry flies. Let's get out there. I think I've donated my pint to Red Cross here. So let's get out on the water and have some fun.
Yeah, you betcha.
Yeah, bud. Let's go. So my own personal approach when I arrive at a lake I've never fished before is I try to do some homework on where I'm going and get as much information as possible. But you know, sometimes that information isn't available, so you have to break it down yourself. The first thing I do is take a few minutes to look out and see if there's any rising fish. And if they're rising on the surface, then obviously they are targeting bugs or insects that are near the surface or on the surface of the water. And if you don't see any rising fish, I think it's critical to kind of work drop-offs and ledges, even if that means trolling around some different fly patterns until you actually start to get some hits, get some action, and then you can go into, you know, fishing float style with chironomids. So you just kind of break it down by segments if you can. I also like to use different types of lines, like a sinking line setup and also a floating line setup. So you can target fish that are at deeper depths, or you can target fish that are on the surface. At the end of the day, like a lot of things, you just have to put the time in to learn a lake. There he is. Whoa. Oh my gosh. What? Dude, that is just smoked. Oh, I got like a backlash in here. Oh, I got a backlash. I gotta get it out. It's out. Oh, I was in my backing in like 3 seconds. Oh, that's a nice fish. That was incredible. He absolutely smoked that thing. The heart's just, just racing right now. Oh, man. I don't know if I've been so nervous on a fish. Oh, he's just a head shaker. I got it coming right at us. Oh my God. I've never had a trout do that ever. Oh my goodness. He's going under my line here. I'm gonna have to. Finally back into my sink line for the first time in 5 minutes. Oh, absolutely. It's a nice fish. Oh my gosh. He's probably mid-20s.
That's what it's about right there.
He doesn't fit in the net barely.
Yeah, I had to get a bigger net. I use a steelhead net.
No kidding. Come on. Oh my God. That thing's...
I told you.
That's a toad. And the scary thing is they get bigger.
Oh yeah.
That's, geez. That's the second largest trout I've ever caught.
Well, hopefully we can top that today.
That is an absolute tank. My arm's on fire. When he hit that thing, dude, I was into my backing like in no time. I thought that was, like he was taking off like a Chinook.
Yeah, they just go on a run.
Yeah, my heart is still racing.
And it just makes you laugh because you can't do anything.
This is ridiculous.
That was a Deb Pascal fly.
Deb Pascal, amazing fish, man. I'm still shaking. He smoked it, and he peeled 100 yards of line off my reel before I even knew what happened. It was amazing. He's 24-inch fish, and we've only been here 15 minutes. I need to reset. Oh man, that was amazing. The Horsefly Strain Rainbow Trout that we're catching originate from the Horsefly River and Quesnel Lake. They have a beautiful, distinctive golden tone coloring to them. They're super aggressive and acrobatic. Fighting these fish and having the opportunity to bring them to hand, you just can't help but admire how beautiful they are and how incredible they fight. I've never seen a trout so viciously attack a dry fly and just inhale it. And then once that fish is hooked, just bulldog, tear line, and jump again. I mean, it is something absolutely incredible.
So I was retying my dry fly and not looking at my indicator as usual. And all of a sudden my boat started going that way. And I had a fish. I still have them. So it's a good day. Gave us a few good jumps there. I think it's gonna be a horsefly.
It looked horsefly from a distance.
But yeah, it's horsefly-ish. We will see. I maybe didn't cut enough off my leader, it looks like. Oops. This is not the way you're supposed to do this. I need to cut more off that leader. Horsefly.
Nice.
So they're known for their yellow appearance and lots of spots. Sometimes when you get a buck, they'll have really bright red gill plates. Just beautiful fish. Very, very aggressive feeders. That's what they're known for. Like when they're stocked with these other strains, they represent 80% of the catch rate because they just feed that heavily and yeah, just violent, aggressive fish. Yeah, we'll let this guy go. And he's off.
That's the end of day one on this lake. And as much as Curtis hyped it up, he didn't hype it up enough. This was probably the best day of dry fly fishing I've had my entire life. We are definitely making the drive and coming back here tomorrow. It's the next morning and I'm chomping at the bit to get back to that lake. We are lucky enough to be joined by the likely legend, Skeed himself, the owner of Northern Lights Lodge. I was thrilled he was coming with us today, and I wanted to chat with him about the lodge before we departed.
We've been here for a couple of days now, and I'm absolutely blown away by what you guys have to offer. The variety of fishing, the quality of fish, the amount of fish, all that stuff. It's been absolutely incredible. Let's talk about your story a little bit and how you ended up here in Likely, BC at Northern Lights Lodge.
I married a lovely girl, Sharon. We came here to spend 1 year, and I was going back to college.
Yeah.
And that was 52 years ago.
Wow, it trapped you.
Trapped me. Love this place.
Or she trapped you.
Well, it was a little bit of that, yeah. The town's been so good to us. It's just an incredible place. Small community, end of the road town, and peace.
And that's one thing as you know, I guess somebody here fishing with you at the lodge, you really feel that intimacy, that kind of family-like atmosphere. And I know you guys only have a maximum of 12 anglers at any one time.
Yeah.
And over the time those anglers are here, there's a good chance none of those guys will see another angler. And I think that's what draws people here, is that remoteness, right? You detach from everything.
Yeah.
There's no cell service. You just get away. Well, you're going to join us today.
I am.
Okay?
Yeah. I'll show you guys how to catch fish.
Well, we've heard all the stories. Well, let's get on the road. Let's get to the lake here and experience another great day on the water. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for being had.
Appreciate it.
We loaded the trucks and made our way to the lake. I thought the mosquitoes were bad yesterday, but after the rainfall, it was a whole nother level of pain. After we paid our blood bounty, it was time to hit the lake.
So we're getting ready here, Trev and I. There was a lot of caddis coming off the water yesterday, so we're just talking maybe some of these caddis pupa here, hey?
Yeah, absolutely.
Underneath the gompus.
Yeah, it looks like a Chan's caddis pupa here, so that'd probably be a good choice. That's actually a very good match for what we were seeing yesterday. So, you know, you
just
can
slow retrieve on that.
Yeah.
Fished out on a sink or an intermediate, probably, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. The other thing, yesterday, one of the last throat sample of the day, heavy on mayfly nymphs as well. So I know that's something we weren't focusing on yesterday, but we'll have to keep an eye open for that as well. So mayfly nymphs might be a good bet today.
Thing to go to. I found this little fly here too that I had in the box.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Man, it didn't matter what we were chucking at him yesterday, I think.
But it really helps too if you add a hook.
Well,
because yesterday I learned the hard way when a hook.
Yeah.
I thought I had hooked about
3 hours
6,
of
7, 8 fish.
Yeah.
And finally went to go change my hook, and I had none.
Yeah.
So note to self: if you have
check
a
your
take,
hooks.
check your hook. Check your hook.
Yeah.
It'll be a much more enjoyable day.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go get them.
Let's get at her.
Fish. Just sucked it under the surface, that one. Just cruising in the shallows, this guy. I haven't seen him yet. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh. We've been seeing a bunch of fish rising right on this edge here. Man, these fish are so strong. This guy's just taking me for donuts right now. He's just sulking down there, this guy. Beautiful colors. Oh, he's a fat fish. He's like a football. Just got his head straight down, he won't come up. I've done about 3 360s here. This is not a horsefly, this might be a panask maybe. Oh, he's long and fat. Come on, buddy. He's all rolled up. Oh, he barely, there we go. Woo. Do they make small fish in this lake? I don't know. Another beautiful fish. Got a big panask, a big horsefly. It's crazy, it really is. And it's like every cast right now with these fish rising, you think you have a legit chance to catch one. So you're on high alert, high alert every cast, and it's super exciting. Like, to sight fish on a dry fly, fish this big, I really don't know anywhere else that you can do it.
Got him. That was a perfect cast right into that ring. Oh, it feels good. Took this one on a big sedge pattern. Saw a rise right in front of me, and pulled my line and cast it right to it. And it took 1 second for that thing to come up and smash it. Pretty fun when you can get them like that. He does not want to come in. I always like to try to get my line up onto the reel so I'm not stepping on it. Yeah, this, I'd like to get a look at this thing. It seems like a pretty good fish. Nice fish. Let's see if he's ready to come in. I think he might be. Come on, turn your head around. Oh, no. And there he is. Oh, nice, beautiful horsefly. Okay, ready to go? There he goes. What a fight. That was awesome.
One technique that really paid off while targeting the rising horsefly strain trout was to make sure you had excess line stripped off your reel, and then once you saw a fish rise within casting distance, if you could put that fly in a couple feet of the rising ring within 5 seconds, 80% of the time you would hook that fish. That is remarkable, almost unheard of in dry fly fishing, but those fish are so aggressive, and once they see that fly hit the water, they turn and they beeline straight towards that fly and attack it aggressively.
Like that. That's a nice fish. Oh, geez, look at him over there. Oh, he's just porpoising. Well, we had a big rise right behind me, and like the boys were saying, just put it right in the rise there, and it should be game on. And it, oh, nice fish. Put it right in there, and bam. He did what he was supposed to do. Look at that fish. Nice horsefly. I just kind of decided to try a new side of the lake here. Oh, he's right under the boat here. Oh yeah, oh, what a trout. Jeez. It is awesome. The water's so clear there. On the dry fly, yeah. He's in. Yeah, baby. I just cannot believe the size of the fish. I just can't believe it. There he goes. Oh man, that's how you draw it up. Fish rose right behind me, back cast, put it in the ring. Not even 2 seconds later, just inhaled it. What a beautiful fish. Let's do that again.
Wow, Absolutely phenomenal. Most people don't associate the Cariboo region with high quality stillwater fishing, but let me tell you, the stillwater fishing completely blew me away. This is stillwater fishing at its finest, with the kind of dry fly action anglers dream of. I want to thank Trevor for coming on the trip with us, and a huge thank you to Skeet and Curtis and the rest of the team at Northern Lights Lodge for such a memorable trip. I look forward to the next time I return to the Cariboo and experience more that it has to offer.